Okay students, today we will discuss about the equivalence relation of class 12th mathematics. Okay, so first of all we should know well what's with the relation. What does mean by the relation in class 11th. In class 11th we have already learned about the relation. Okay, so in short I would like to told you that relation is a subset of Cartesian product A into B. Okay, and the set of first element is said to be the domain of that relation, and set of second element is said to be the range, and the second set whole set second is said to be the codomain of that relation. Okay, so now we will move further in the study of relations, that is equivalence relation. Okay, so what is the equivalence relation? Before knowing the equivalence relation we should know three more relations. Number one, that is reflexive relation. What does this mean? Reflexive relation. Let R is any relation on set A. R is any relation on set A. Then R is subset of A into A. Or R is defined as the ordered pair AB such that A belongs to set A and B belongs to set A. Both elements belongs to the same set, that is set A. Okay, so now we are defining the reflexive relation. Okay, let the element A belongs to the set A, and then AA belongs to R. It means if A is related to A, if there is a relation between the same element is related to itself, A is related to A, or the ordered pair like AA belongs to R, then R is said to be reflexive relation. It means to say that in reflexive relation every element is related to itself. Okay, so next one is the symmetric relation. What does mean by the symmetric relation? Okay, symmetric relation. Let A and B element belongs to the set A. A and B elements belongs to the set A. Then AB belongs to R. It means A is related to B. By the given definition that is given in relation R. Okay, so A is related to B. If this implies BA belongs to R, if this implies that BA also belongs to R, that is to say B is related to A. Okay, if AB belongs to R implies that BA belongs to R, means A or B implies that B or A. Then such type of relation is said to be symmetric relation. Then R is said to be symmetric relation. Now what are the examples of symmetric relation? Like the parallel lines, as L1 is parallel to L2. It means L1, L2 belongs to the R, relation R. Now if L1 is parallel to L2, then L2 will also be parallel to L1. That is L2 is parallel to L1. It means L2 is parallel to L1. It means L2 and L1 also belongs to R. So L1 L2 belongs to R implies that L2 L1 belongs to R. So this relation is the symmetric relation. Similarly, the relation of perpendicular lines, relation of perpendicular lines, relation of equal numbers, relation of same locality, relation of congruence, relation of similarity of two triangles is also a symmetric relation. Is also a symmetric relation and can be proved as symmetric relation. So first one is the reflexive relation and second one is the symmetric relation. Now next relation in this series is transitive relation. Transitive relation. Relation number third, that is transitive relation. Transitive relation. As the name is indicating transitive. Transit means to do transit from one to second and second to third. It is the transition and transitive relation made from this concept. Okay, so let A, B and C belongs to set A. These are three elements belongs to set A such that AB belongs to R. AB belongs to R, it means A is related to B, and BC also belongs to R. AB belongs to R and BC also belongs to R, it means B is related to C. Now if we are able to prove that A is also related to C, means A is related to B and B is related to C, and we can prove that A is related to C, then AC belongs to R. It means AC belongs to R. Then the given relation is transitive relation. Then given relation is transitive relation. Transitive relation. Okay. Now the concept of reflexive relation. In reflexive relation, every element is related to itself. Then symmetric relation. In symmetric relation, if element A is related to element B, then vice versa, means element B will also be related to element A. Now transitive relation. Transitive relation, if AB belongs to R, BC belongs to R, AC belongs to R. It means if element A is related to B and B is related to C, it means element A is related to C. Okay, this is the transitive relation. Transitive relation means to transit from one element to second and second element to third. And the example of this transitive relation is congruency of triangle. Congruency of triangle is transitive relation. Similarity of triangle is also transitive relation. And parallelity of two lines is a transitive relation. Let T1, T2 and T3 belongs to the set of triangle T. And relation is congruency of two triangles. Congruency of two triangles. Then T1 is congruent to T2. It means T1, T2 belongs to relation R. And T2 is congruent to T3. Means T2, T3 belongs to R. Now since T1 is congruent to T2 and T2 is congruent to T3, this also implies that T1 is congruent to T3. That is T1 is congruent to T3. It means T1, T3 belongs to R. Okay, means triangle 1 and triangle 3 will also be congruent to triangles. Okay, so this proves that the congruency of triangle is transitive relation. Okay, so student, in first what we were talking about the equivalence relation. Okay, and we have talked about reflexive relation, symmetric relation and transitive relation. And now I would like to define the term equivalence relation. Equivalence relation. A relation R on set A is said to be equivalence relation if it is reflexive, symmetric and transitive. Okay, so what is the definition of equivalence relation? A A relation R. Definition of equivalence relation is A relation R on set A. On set A means when R is subset of A into A is said to be an equivalence relation. Equivalence relation on set A. On set A. If what if three conditions are satisfied, that is, it is reflexive, it is symmetric, and it is transitive. If it is, first one is reflexive relation, that is A belongs to R. Then second condition is it is symmetric relation. It is symmetric relation. Symmetric relation, that is A B belongs to R implies that B A belongs to R. Okay. And the third condition is the transitive relation. It is transitive relation. Transitive relation, that is AB belongs to R and BC belongs to R implies that AC belongs to R. Okay. So these are the three conditions. These are the three relations which togetherly make the relation an equivalence relation. Okay. Then relation R is said to be equivalence relation. Okay. Now this is all about the equivalence relation. When question will appear in exams that prove that the given relation is an equivalence relation, we have to firstly prove these three relations. These three relations means reflexive, symmetric, and transitive, and then we have to prove. Ultimately, we will conclude that the given relation is an equivalence relation. Okay. Now we will discuss some more relations. Like empty relation, universal relation, identity relation, anti-symmetric relations. All these are also in our syllabus. Okay. So first of all, we will discuss empty relation. Empty relation. As the name is indicating, empty relation, a relation in which there is no pair, there is no ordered pair, is said to be empty relation. Okay. We know that if R is any relation defined on set A, then R is subset of A into A. Then R is subset of A into A. Okay. Now what is empty relation? What is empty relation? R is subset of A into A, and there is a subset which does not contain any element. There is a subset which does not contain any element is said to be empty subset, and that empty subset is the empty relation. Okay. Now there is a subset of A into A. Subset A into A which contains no element, no ordered pair, and that relation is said to be the empty relation. Okay. So empty relation does not contain any element of A into A. Does not contain any element. Okay. Empty relation does not contain any element. Now we will discuss either the empty relation is an equivalence relation or not. Okay. Now empty relation can be defined in two ways. First of all, if A is equals to 5. If A is not equals to 5, means A is non-empty. If empty relation is defined on non-empty relation, if empty relation is defined on non-empty set, then empty relation is not equivalence. Then empty relation is not equivalence relation. Okay, but if a is equals to 5, now the second condition, if a equals to 5 means empty relation is defined on empty set. If empty relation is defined on empty set, then empty relation is equivalence. Okay, so empty relation is equivalence in only one condition, when it is defined on empty set. Okay, if it is defined on non-empty set, then it is non-equivalence relation. Okay, so now this is the empty relation. Empty relation is relation which contains no element. Now the next relation, that is universal relation. Universal relation. What is universal relation? Universal relation. Now we know that relation R is defined. The relation R is defined on any set A. Let R be defined on set that is non-empty set A. Then R is subset of A into A. Okay, R means relation is the subset of A into A. We know well. ठीक है. Okay, this is the definition of the relation. Okay, now if R is equals to A into A, since there are relation which is equal or which contains all the ordered pair of the A into A, all the ordered pair of the Cartesian product A into A, there is a subset. We know that there is a subset which contains all the element of the given set. Here given set is A into A, so there is a relation which contains all the element of A into A. So if R is equals to A into A, means relation R contains all the ordered pairs of A into A. Then relation R is said to be universal relation. Then the relation R is said to be universal relation. Okay, so universal relation contains all the ordered pairs of A into A. Now it is well known that what does mean by the universal relation. Universal relation contains all the elements. Now I have defined two relations. That is empty relation which does not contain any element, and second, that is universal relation which contains all the ordered pair of the A into A. Now these two relations are said to be trivial relations. These two sets having the combined name, that is trivial relation. These two relations, empty relation and universal relation are trivial relations. Okay, so these are two trivial relations. Now what is the equivalence of universal relation? Does universal relation is equivalence since it contains all the element. That is why it is equivalence relation. Since it contains all the element, all elements are related to each other. That is why it is reflexive, symmetric and transitive, having all the property reflexivity, symmetricity and transitivity. That is why it is reflexive, symmetric and transitive. Which one? Universal relation. That is why it is an equivalence relation also. So universal relation is equivalence relation. Equivalence relation as it contains all the elements, all the ordered pairs of A into A. Okay, so is it clear that universal relation is an equivalence relation? Okay, now listen. Empty relation is the smallest equivalence relation. Empty relation is the smallest equivalence relation when it is defined on non-empty set. When it is defined on non-empty set, as empty relation is not an equivalence relation if it is defined on empty set. Okay, when it is defined on empty set. Okay now, but the universal relation is the largest, longest equivalence relation. Okay, as it contains all the elements. Universal relation is largest equivalence relation as it contains all the elements. Okay, so universal relation is the longest equivalence relation. Longest equivalence relation. Okay, so now we will discuss about the equivalence class. But two more relations are also there. That is identity relation. What is identity relation? As the name is indicating, in this relation also every element is related to every element. Every element is related to itself. Okay, means if R is defined from set A to set A, then R is subset of A into A. But if any relation is such that it contains AA, such that A belongs to A, means it contains only the element AA, then it is said to be identity relation. Similarly, I have defined the reflexive relation. This is identity and this is reflexive. I have also defined in the same way reflexive relation, that is AA such that A belongs to A. Okay, but what is the difference between identity relation and reflexive relation? The difference between identity relation and reflexive relation is that the reflexive relation is identity. The identity relation is reflexive, but reflexive relation may not be identity, since it contains only the element like 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. But this contains the element 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. Also element 1, 2, 2, 1, 1, 3, 3, 1 also. So every identity relation is reflexive relation, but every reflexive relation is not identity. Okay, so this is the main difference between identity relation and the reflexive relation. Okay, identity means reflexive, but reflexive does not mean identity. Does not mean identity. Okay, so now the next relation. that is anti-symmetric relation. Very important relation, that is anti-symmetric relation. Okay, anti-symmetric relation. This relation, this topic of relation is in class 12. We are preparing the video for the relation of class 12th, that is anti-symmetric relation. Anti-symmetric relation. Okay, what does mean by the anti-symmetric relation? A symmetric relation is in which AB belongs to R implies that BA belongs to R. This is symmetric relation. If AB belongs to R implies that BA belongs to R, but if AB belongs to R and BA also belongs to R implies that A equals to B. B anti-symmetric is if AB belongs to R and BA belongs to R implies that A is equals to B. Then it is anti-symmetric relation. Means if symmetricity is due to parity. If symmetricity is due to parity, parity means A equals to B, then it is anti-symmetric relation. Okay. If A equals to B, then it is anti-symmetric. Means symmetricity of a relation is due to A equals to B, then it is anti-symmetric relation. Okay. So this is anti-symmetric relation. Now we come to the topic equivalence class. Equivalence class. What is the equivalence class? Very important topic. Equivalence class. What does mean by the equivalence class? Okay. Equivalence class is the set of all those elements. Set of all those elements which followed or which holds the property of the given relation or which follow the given relation. Okay, means it is the set of all those elements which follows the given relation. Like if relation is given as T1 T2 such that T1 is congruent to T2, then what is the equivalence class of T? What is the equivalence class of T having the T? So T means equivalence class of T is the set of all those triangles which are having the property congruency, means which are following the congruency property or which are congruent each other. Okay, so T is the set of all those elements which are congruent to each other, means the elements which are in this set are congruent to each other as per the given relation. Okay, so T1 is congruent to T2 is congruent to T3 is congruent to T4. Okay, the equivalence class is represented as this is the symbol of the equivalence class. Okay, thank you.